what that means. So we have one rock here. It has two minerals. It has this mineral and also this mineral. So it tells us that one rock can have minerals inside, maybe two, maybe three, maybe four, maybe five minerals inside the rock. Okay, so rocks, inside rocks we have minerals. And a mineral is a chemical, it's like a chemical compound with chemical elements, and it has properties and is like a substance with its own identity, own properties. Okay, and this is the last question. The last question is, what is a rock? This is an important question. So a rock has, inside the rock, it has minerals. So maybe one, maybe two, maybe three, maybe four minerals. Some rocks are soft, some rocks are hard. And they can have many colors. A rock is something which you can find in nature. And normally it's inorganic, but actually there are also some organic rocks. So inorganic, it means it's made from dead things. Organic means it's made from living things. And we mine rocks to get ores. We use it for many things, fertilizer, coal, but also to make cars and to make other things. Okay, and here I just showed you the biological kind of rock, like coal is a biological rock. So it's an organic rock. Quite special. Okay, so class, this is an overview of what is a mineral and what is a rock. And in this lesson, you have to know these things. Just to know the different types of rocks, you have to know what it is. Okay. Okay, class, I hope you understand this. I may talk about this again sometime, just to do a review, because I think maybe it's not a very easy topic. I think maybe it's a little bit hard. Maybe I can ask some questions to see if you understand. Okay, let's see. Okay. So, first question. Is helium an element in the Earth's crust? Or please give me the name of one element in the Earth's crust. Who can tell me? Class, do you know what's an element? Sarah is here, Noble is here. And Sarah is number 8. Class, I'm thinking that maybe I have to talk about these things one more time, because there are some late students and maybe some students are not sure about the topic. So maybe I'll just talk about it one more time, just to make sure that you understand it. And there's quite a few late students also.
Teacher, Nobel 17 is here.
Okay, yes, I have your name. Okay, class, so let's talk about this just one more time. If you have a question, you can stop me if there's something you want to ask. Okay, so I want to show you these slides one more time before we look at the book. Okay, so rocks. So on the Earth, we have rocks, especially in the crust of the Earth, which is the outside part of the Earth. And this is where we live. And so these are the continents. but actually the crust is also in the sea. So here's the sea or the ocean, and we can see even underneath the ocean is the crust of the earth, and actually it goes down very far, up to 100 kilometers is the thickness of the crust. So it's quite thick. Okay, and that's where we find most of the rocks, because inside the earth it's a liquid, and so if it's a liquid we don't say rock. These are the elements. There's about 8 elements, which is the most important elements in the earth's crust. We can see that the earth also have other elements inside, like aluminum, calcium, nickel, and magnesium, and so on, inside the earth. But this is on the outside. This is the crust. Okay, and then what is a mineral? So a mineral is inside a rock. So, and rocks are made of minerals. So when you combine these elements with each other, so when you have maybe silicon and oxygen, or aluminum and oxygen, or maybe calcium and oxygen. So when you put the elements together, you get a mineral. Some minerals don't have to combine. They can just be on their own, like the metals. So like copper, nickel, bronze. Well, bronze is not a mineral. Copper, nickel, iron, chrome, gold, silver. It's just one element. It can make its own mineral. Okay, but normally it's 2 or 3 or 4 which come together to make a mineral. Okay, so then a mineral is made up of a crystal. And we get some small crystal, big crystals, but some rocks doesn't have any crystals at all. Here are some pictures of crystals. So these are quartz crystals. Here are some calcite crystals, which is a kind of rock. Here are some salt crystals, and here are some sugar crystals. And we can eat these ones. And so salt is a rock, or salt is a mineral. And sugar is very special because sugar is an organic mineral. So it's made from something that was alive. Actually, it comes from sugar beet. Okay, and then we also have coal, which is also organic. So it was made from plants and things under the deep in the earth, or like inside the crust. So this is an organic rock. It's called coal, and we use it to make energy. Okay, we also get metallic minerals, which means it has a metal inside. And if it has a metal, we say ore. So this is iron ore. You can also get nickel ore or copper ore and so on. There's a rock with metal inside. So each mineral has a fixed or constant chemical composition, which means that it always have the same chemical atoms in the mineral. Like the example here of the minerals in calcite, we have calcium carbonate. It has one calcium, 1, 2, 3 oxygen, and 1 carbon. So this is calcium carbonate, which is inside this rock and this mineral. Okay, so there are many minerals. There's about 2,000 minerals. Here's just the 6 most important ones. So we have feldspar, quartz, pyroxene, amphibole, mica, and olivine. And these are the rocks that have these minerals, but there is also other rocks that also have these minerals. And we can see in this rock, it's called gabbro. Actually, it has 2 minerals. It has feldspar inside, and also have olivine inside. So that means that if you look at a rock, inside the rock is more than one mineral. There can be 2 or 3 or 4 mineral inside the rock. Like this one has at least 2, but I think maybe it has 3 or 4 inside the rock. This kind of rock is almost the same as chalk. You know, it's like when you write on the board, you use chalk. Some circus people, they use this talk when they do their tricks. Okay, and then this is the classification of rocks. And so we've learned that we have igneous, this is the volcanic rocks, sedimentary, which is when there are layers, and metamorphic, when one rock is changed into another rock. So a rock is some minerals, a mixture of minerals, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 minerals. Some rocks are hard, some rocks are soft, they have many colors. Rocks are naturally occurring, which means we can find it in the earth. People did not make rocks. It's been here for a long time. And if we mine the rocks and we find a metal, that is called ores. We can also mine rocks to get fertilizers or mine rocks for energy, which is coal. Okay. Okay, and so class, now I want you to copy the summary. And I have also added some extra sentences just to give you more information. So please open your book. You can copy the summary. Let's see which page.
Teacher, I don't have a book.
Okay, I will put it on the line.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Let's see, where is my book for P6? Oh, here it is. Okay, let's see, what's the page number? There we go. Page 164. Okay, let's put this on the line. No, wait a second. Sorry, class. What it says here 156. Yeah, sorry. This is page 156. Yeah, I'll put it on the line. The class, I'll give you some time to copy. Class, are you almost finished? Let's ask some students. Number 11, Pooh, are you finished? Number 9, T, are you finished? Nick, are you finished? Number 10. Class are very quiet. The class, I'm gonna count and then I'm gonna continue. Okay, class, I hope you're finished.
Yeah.
Finished?
Yeah.
Okay, good. If you're not finished, you can find it on the line group. Okay, this is the summary to sum up about the rocks. What's page 162? I don't know why I say read page 162. I don't know why. Maybe 152 actually. Anyway, never mind. Yeah, so we find that igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks, they form in a different way. They can change into each other depending on the conditions. So they can change from one type to another type of rocks sometimes, especially if they make them metamorphic rocks. Okay, please finish. I'll give you a few minutes. Oops. Okay, class, are you finished?
Yes.
Okay, good. This is page 163. Let me see. I think let's just do, oops. Let's just do the book first before we do that. Okay, so let's share the book. Okay, class, I want to read from the book. We only do the first part of this chapter. Okay. Okay, so this unit is rocks and fossils. Okay. Okay, so if you look at the rocks, you'll see that they're different. Why? Because they were formed in a different way. And then the word mineral, a mineral is the thing inside the rock. But the rock can have maybe 3 or 4 or 5 minerals inside the rock. Okay, so let's read the book. It says here that rocks are natural materials from the Earth's surface. They have a fixed shape and a fixed volume. Different rocks have different things inside of them. That's why their characteristics and properties are different. So some rocks have oxygen, some rocks have silicon, some rocks have iron, and so on. And rocks are very useful for us in everyday life. Later in the chapter, we see the things we can do with rocks. Okay, let's see. Okay, it says here that number 2 has a rough surface full of holes. It's this one. 5, a smooth surface and an animal remain called a fossil. Okay, so that is a fossil. Looks like a snail. If it's something of an animal or a plant in the rock, we say fossil. And then this one is free, so it has big crystals and a rough and shiny surface. Okay. So like I said, crystals, we can have big ones, we can have small ones. And actually, if the rock is extrusive, normally it has the big crystals, and intrusive, it has the small crystals. Okay, so rocks are formed from more than one type of material, and they are called rock-forming minerals. So the word mineral, so we have an element, and then we have a mineral, and then we have a rock. Also, rocks have organic matter or dead living tissue inside of them. So some rocks are completely organic, like coal is completely organic, but we also have some other rocks with some fossils in them, and I think that would be like, let's see, sedimentary rocks like limestone has fossils inside of them. Okay, now this is something I asked you to do yesterday. So yesterday I asked you, please go on the internet, please find information about rocks, or just watch my video. I think the video is actually good. We might see the video again. Okay, so you finish this, and then you had to do the summary. So I've already given you the summary on the line. You can just copy the summary. And the conclusion, there are 3 different kinds of rocks, and each one can change into a different rock. Okay, so we learned there are igneous, it's volcanic, sedimentary, it means layers, and metamorphic, it means change rocks. And they all form different, and their characteristics or their properties are different. Okay, so now let's look at the 3 different kinds of rocks. So starting with igneous rocks. So igneous is the volcanic rocks. So igneous rocks from under the Earth's surface when the magma moves up to a low temperature area and slowly cools down. It's still very hot, but it's a little bit cooler. Then these rocks are called intrusive igneous rocks or plutonic rocks. And as you can see, it's not outside the mountain, so that is intrusive. It's still inside the earth, so this is intrusive. They have big grains. Well, I thought it was the other way. Okay, so inside the earth have big grains and are hard because they have many minerals. And some examples are diorite, gabbro, and granite. Those are the names of the rocks. Okay, so here's the magma inside the earth. It goes outside very close to the surface, it becomes cold, and then it makes the rocks. And here are examples of intrusive rocks. So we have granite, diorite, and gabbro. We can see the color is different, and we can see some of them are more coarse, some of them are more fine, and some of them has big crystals, some of them has small crystals. I think most of these actually have quite small crystals, it seems. The color is also different. Okay, then we have igneous, which is extrusive. And these ones, they go outside the volcano. So igneous rocks from the Earth's surface, when the lava goes out and then cool down, they're called extrusive igneous rocks, or also called volcanic rocks. When the magma comes up to the surface, it is called lava. And as the lava touches the seawater or the air, it will cool to form the rocks with a lot of holes like pumice, or smooth rocks with no grains like obsidian. Yeah, obsidian is a special rock. It does not have crystals, actually. Some lava passes through the cracks in the ground and cool to form rocks like rhyolite and basalt. Okay, so here are some examples of extrusive rocks on the outside of the mountain. Pumice, obsidian, and basalt. This one we also call it volcanic glass. It really does look like glass, but it is black. And basalt, which is a hard rock with fine grains, and pumice. I think pumice is not very hard. It has holes inside. Then we have sedimentary rocks. So when the small pieces of the rocks and the dead things are compressed together, whenever rocks break down and then cover them, maybe at the bottom of the sea. And after a long time, these rocks are compressed and they are joined together to form sedimentary rocks. Here's some examples. So if you have sand, like the sand from the beach, and you put it on layers, and it goes down quite deep, and there's a lot of pressure pushing it down, it's going to be sandstone. It will change into the rock, which is called sandstone. And then we have shale, limestone, and this one conglomerate. You can see it has many small rocks and grains like gravel inside of it, and like mud to glue it together. So this is has many kinds of rocks inside of it. The shale, sandstone, and limestone, they are found in many parts of Thailand, actually. Okay, and these words are hard for me to say. Sandstone in Ratchaburi, Phetchaburi, Kanchanaburi. Shale in Lui, Songkha, Saraburi, Lampang. Limestone in Saraburi, Ratchaburi, Phetchaburi, and Kampeng Phet. Is Teacher Siri here? Teacher Siri? No, I don't think she's here. Class, do I say these words right? Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, these are the Thai towns or the Thai places. So maybe, I'm not sure if I say it right, but you can also read it in your textbook. Okay. So sandstone in these places, shale in these places. Okay. And then the last one, metamorphic rocks. These are the rocks that change into something. So it forms from other rocks when they get hot, and also when they squeeze like pressure below the Earth's surface. Sometimes they have the same properties, and sometimes they have new properties. They form into many parallel thin layers called foliated metamorphic rocks. Actually, class, I did see the word foliated when I looked at my summary. I want to show you foliated. And also in the video, they also use this word. Yeah. So here's the metamorphic rocks. Some are foliated, which means it has folds, and other are not foliated. Okay, so this is just another way we can classify metamorphic rocks. Okay, going back. Okay. Okay, so some metamorphic rocks are foliated. Metamorphic rocks that do not form into thin layers are non-foliated. Okay, and here is some examples of metamorphic rocks. We have slate, quartzite, marble, and gneiss. And this one, you know, on the kitchen table, you can use marble. It's very strong. Okay, and this we're not going to do. Okay, class, I want to show you the video one more time, and then we can have a break. Okay, so I want to show you the video from yesterday. I think it's a very good video. Okay, let's see, 22 video. Okay, switch off the aircon. Okay. Rock